And serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
More reason to be concerned about the coronavirus tonight. The CDC confirming a second case in the U.S. today. And 2 people from the Twin Cities are being tested. Both recently were in China. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockey explains what healthcare providers in the Valley are doing to keep us as safe as possible.
With the recent news, health officials are on the lookout for additional cases. 2 were potentially spotted not far from the Valley.
We, of course, consider any new infectious disease a serious concern, and we're taking precautions.
A fast response is key. The most important thing health officials need you to do: call ahead if you're having symptoms.
That alerts the healthcare facility and their personnel. We don't want these individuals just showing up to a healthcare setting, and if they are infectious, they could potentially be exposing people in the waiting room.
Once a case is reported, lab samples are sent to the CDC to be tested and confirmed. This could take several days. Pending results, patients will be held in isolation. The CDC has guidance on home care isolation depending on the situation.
We may have to work out where that person can be, because we're not going to be wanting to expose other people. But more than likely, they're going to be hospitalized.
The 2 people from the Twin Cities are being held in isolation in their own homes. People who have traveled and are symptom-free have no restrictions at this time. They can go to school, go to work, be in the community until the CDC says otherwise.
What we know today about this virus and other viruses from the same family suggests that this is really a low immediate risk for the general public.
And given the growing numbers regarding the flu, health officials also urge you to stay at home when sick, cover your mouth when coughing, and wash your hands. In Fargo, Courtney Lockey, Valley News Live.
If you'd like to stay up to date with the latest information on the coronavirus, we've placed links online. Download the Valley News Live app and click on this story. A New Rockford, North Dakota man convicted of trying to have his wife and another person killed has lost an appeal to the state Supreme Court. A jury found 50-year-old Alexander Lale guilty in 2018 of 2 counts of attempted murder. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison. Investigators say Lale offered to pay 2 separate individuals to kill his wife and someone else. He argued there was insufficient evidence to convict, but the High Court upheld the jury's ruling. He's currently serving his sentence at the James River Correctional Facility. In Grand Rapids, Minnesota, hockey fans from all over the state came together tonight to honor a life lost too soon. 9-year-old Marshall Bader died in a farming accident in Boy River on Sunday. The 3rd grader loved to play hockey and had dreams of playing at the state tournament. Tonight, Marshall's team took to the ice for the first time since his death. Marshall's family, friends, and coaches all say Marshall was an amazing kid and a very bright light in their community.
There's only one Marshall Bader. There's only one Marshall Bader. No other kid like him. He went a million miles an hour even when he wasn't supposed to. He had this smile and a little glint in his eye when he was playing or even when he was causing trouble. He'd still give you that smile. I'll never forget that.
Hockey teams from all across the state of Minnesota and the nation, for that matter, have shown their support for Marshall and his family by putting their hockey sticks out on their front porches and wearing number 5 stickers, since that was Marshall's jersey number. The chaplain at Elam Care Center says the residents there are doing well in their new surroundings after being displaced from yesterday's fire. Pastor Dave Juvie says that the staff will continue keeping close tabs on them. They're scattered in groups at several area facilities in the Metro, Halstead, Valley City, and Mayville. At this time, families have not been able to get into the fire-damaged rooms to retrieve belongings, adding that they hope to soon. Residents aren't the only ones displaced. Elam also offers child care, and the children who attend won't be able to return for some time. Valley News Team's Alexander Kay explains where the kids will be going on Monday.
They're still asking questions. My daughter's teacher messaged me today saying that she's a little bit emotional at school today.
Andrea Lilstall's daughter, Alice, was happy to spend the day with Dad.
We packed her backpack of things to do, and hang out at his office.
She's one of 32 kids that prior to Thursday's fire attended childcare at Elam. Now, the big question for Andrea and the other parents is where would their little ones go? The heaviest fire damage occurred where the childcare is located.
For a 4-year-old that if they don't know anybody, they want to see their teachers, they know they want to see their friends and things like that, especially after an experience like this. They just want to kind of get back into their routine.
That routine will continue here starting Monday. The empty building belongs to the Boys and Girls Club, which stepped up to help. It's a functional child care center for K through 5th grade and is used in the summer. For now, it will be the temporary child care center.
The child care community has really embraced us. Lots of donations, lots of people coming. Do you need toys? Do you need paper products? And there's so many things that I didn't think of that they're thinking of for me.
After sharing space at Elam, it's not surprising to learn that the children have expressed concern for the displaced seniors.
They're worried about the grandmas and grandpas and where they're at and if they can go back to Elam.
The goal is to return everyone, seniors and children, back to Elam as soon as possible. In South Fargo, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
That new location is just 3 minutes from Elam, helping families stick to that routine they know so well. 5 North Dakota veterans and a visiting retired soldier received special recognition today. Quilts of Valor is a nonprofit organization that aims to recognize those touched by war. Volunteers wrapped 6 veterans from World War II to the Korean War in love and support. Families and friends looked on as quilters presented each veteran with a handcrafted patchwork of their own. The volunteers say it's just a small way to express their appreciation for these servicemen.
So many of the older veterans, the World War II veterans, the Korean veterans, Iraq veterans, they saw so many things that none of us would ever want to see. And we're just thankful for them.
Lee says her chapter of Quilts of Valor has awarded 90 quilts since 2018. It's taken 35 years, but a downtown diesel spill in Mandan, North Dakota has finally been cleaned up. Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad was responsible for the spill and eventually reached a $30 million settlement with the city. Underground pumps have been used to suck up the fuel since 2004, collecting about 770,000 gallons. It's late January, and the National Weather Service forecasters are already predicting a top 5 flood for the Fargo area this spring. Cass County rural communities, including Harwood, are no strangers to battling floods. Forecasters say some parts of the Red River Valley will be getting major flooding, especially those along Cheyenne and Maple Rivers. Since last September, Fargo has been experiencing the second wettest weather on record.
Well, we've got another generator to use if we need it, and just some sandbags.
Be prepared, but again, be vigilant and start, just start planning.
The Red River in Fargo has a 50% chance of cresting at 36 feet this spring, making it a major flood. According to the National Weather Service, 30 feet is considered major flood stage, and at 32 feet, flood walls are installed along 2nd Street in downtown Fargo. The current level of the river is at 15 feet.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
And here's a live look outside the Valley News Live Storm Team Skycam Network shot in Fargo. We do have mostly cloudy skies, but temperatures staying on the mild side. High temperatures across the region today. Most of us were into the mid to upper 20s, a little cooler. Some areas into the Devil's Lake Basin near 20 degrees. Average highs this time of year are into the upper teens and lower 20s. So we're well above that. We're well above that right now. 10 p.m. temperatures across the region. 24 in Fargo, a little cooler out toward Jamestown Valley City, but warmer into Lakes Country, mid to upper 20s in most places. Into the Northern Valley, northwestern Minnesota, low to mid 20s, and temperatures into the upper teens and lower 20s into the Devil's Lake Basin, which is a nice and mild night. We do have the winds flipping around from a northerly direction in our eastern counties to a southerly direction in our western counties. Wind speeds across the region pretty light 3 to 6 miles per hour. And making our way into portions of central and western North Dakota with that southerly wind, we're already seeing some fog developing right now. Some dense fog from Devil's Lake just off to the west, including Towner County, portions of Benson County. But as you make your way out toward Minot, just off to the south and to the west of Bismarck, visibilities of less than a mile. We're watching that through the overnight for some dense fog, especially in our western counties. Otherwise, mainly dry with mostly cloudy skies. We do have a high pressure system exiting right now and a warm front draped across our viewing area in our western counties. We already have that southerly wind that we're going to keep as we go through the weekend. That low is going to miss us to the north, and we will have mainly dry conditions through most of the weekend. Mild air with that southerly wind, lots of clouds overnight, most of us starting off into the mid-teens on your Saturday morning, and temperatures again rising into the mid-20s in most places. The pink on this map, maybe a snow shower, maybe some light freezing drizzle, but most of us staying dry. We just can't rule out that some of us might get a little bit of moisture for the day tomorrow. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy skies, a high of 26 in Fargo across the region, mainly into the low to mid-20s with partly to mostly cloudy skies and most of us staying dry. The precipitation, or any precipitation we do get, moves into our Minnesota counties during the overnight. Another mainly dry day for the day on Sunday. Still lots of clouds. That's going to be the trend through most of this next week. Sunday, some of us actually could be closer to 30 degrees for a high temperature. Here's the photo of the day. It's of Hillcrest Farm in Northwood. Thank you to Angela for this one, using the background of the 7-day forecast. And there's your 26 tomorrow, 30 on Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Mostly cloudy Monday, a high of 27, upper 20s Tuesday and Wednesday. A slight chance of some snow showers both of those days. Mostly cloudy Thursday, and a high of 26. Even more clouds on Friday and a better chance of some snow showers, but temperatures getting into the mid-30s.
That sounds good.
Yeah, mild air, just no sunshine next week, unfortunately.
All right, thanks. Later on Valley News Live 10 at 10, Democratic prosecutors close out their case in the president's impeachment trial with a warning.